That's what he said about Muhammad Islam. If he was alive, he would chase him out of the country. This is a guy who, as well, who is, very anti-Islamic. So it's not an isolated case about these minarets. Now we got Jack Straw, who made the famous speech about the veil. He said, the veil is a visible statement of separation and of difference. That's what Jack Straw said. So you can see it's a broad base of people that are saying anti-Islamic things, that it's about Islam now. Can you see? They don't mind certain people holding on to certain aspects of Islam, but they got a problem with Islam itself. Then we got Mr. Berlusconi, the mafioso. He always denies he's mafioso, but we know he is mafioso, yeah? What he say? Look what he said. We must be aware of the superiority of our civilization. The West will conquer peoples like it conquered communism. Even if it means a confrontation with another civilization, the Islamic one, stuck where it was 1400 years ago. So he's saying, look, in the West we're superior. We will conquer people like we conquered communism when it collapsed. Now if Islam wants to stay back, we will conquer that one as well. Lord Pearson, he was the one, he's a lord in the UK, he was the one who invited Geert Wilders to come to the House of Commons to do the video. A while back, I'm sure you were aware of it. He's the one who invited Geert Wilders. He's now the leader of the UK Independence Party, UKIP. Some of his videos are on YouTube, you can see it, what he says about Islam, but this is what he says. I would stop Muslim schools in using their curriculum to spread hatred and anti-Judeo-Christian sentiment. We need to stop Sharia taking hold in the West, in our cities. That's what Lord Pearson said. This is a guy, Woberman, he's from the Swiss People's Party. You know what? When you hear his statement, it spells it out fine. It's not about the minarets, brothers. It's going to be about, they're going to choose on something else. They might say, you know what, let's ban those Muslims that wear their trousers above the ankle. They might say, let's ban the beard next time. Let's ban the guy wearing the tobe. This is what he said. Look, we just want to stop further Islamization in Switzerland. I mean political Islam. He spells it out. People may practice their religion. So he's saying, if you're alright, you can practice your religion. Like sometimes, when we meet people, when we go to work or we go to college, there's Muslims that, they're alright, isn't it? The non-Muslim would say, John would say, Al, Ali, yeah? Al, he's alright, Al's alright, Al's one of the lads. Yeah, he goes to the mosque. Al's one of the lads, man, he goes to the mosque. I see him one day he goes Friday, he goes Eid, yeah, he prays Ramadan and he does all this stuff. Al's one of the lads, isn't it? Al, if it wasn't for his name, maybe we wouldn't even know he's Muslim. But Al's alright, but Al's got no problem with us. Al's alright, as long as he keeps the religion to himself, Al's no problem. And that guy Al is what, he say, they don't mind these Muslims who are like Al. Al, John might say to him, Al's alright, man. Even though, he doesn't, after Ramadan, after Iftar, he might go and join us in the pub. But he's not one of those guys, who's a fundamentalist. But Al's alright. So Al is the one that they're talking about. People who want to practice their religion, i.e. how they want, keep it to themselves, then he's got no problem. We want to stop the further developments of minarets, the call to prayer. So now he said minarets. The azan is banned, by the way, in Switzerland as well. As in this country, many places, not many mosques do the azan loudly, yeah? And he wants to ban Sharia law. The minaret is the power and symbol of political Islam and Sharia law. That's what he said about it. Brothers, in Surah Baqarah, in Surah Baqarah, verse 120, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَن تَرْضَى أَنْكَ الْيَهُودُ وَلَن نَّصَرَى حَتَّى تَتَّبِعَ مِلَّتَهُمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, never will the Jews nor the Christians be pleased with you, O Muhammad, unless you follow their millah, their religion. So we know, even the people like Al, the Muslims out there, the Christians and the Jews or whoever will never be pleased with them. Even if they are, they have denounced Islam, they will never be until they completely leave their religion. And we know there's many likes out there, man. There's so many types of Owls out there. But this is what their hatred is. They will never be pleased with you until you leave your religion. Alright, this picture says a lot. It's a woman dressed up in the British flag, hijab, veiled up. The reason I put this picture there is to show you. This is the Islam they want to change to. They got a problem with Islam. They want British Islam. Flag British Islam. They want European Islam. They want Swiss Islam. French Islam. Yeah? They want keep it in your heart Islam. They want Ramadan Islam. They want Eid Islam. Yeah? They want this Islam and that Islam. It could like be a rap. Yeah? They want this many Islam. They don't mind these Islam. And this is what they're pushing for. To change Islam completely. Muslims can stay in the countries where they live in Europe, but they want to change Islam by adopting a different version of Islam. And this is it. It will continue, brothers. It will continue. Alright, now, you'll be thinking, why has Ahmad got a picture of an ostrich with his head stuck in the sand, and then he got a lion as well roaring? Very key person. We know about Owl, yeah, the type of Muslims there is out there. He's one of the lads, yeah. He's alright. They got no problem with Owl. There's another Muslim type as well. You can call him Abdullah, keep your head down, yeah. Abdullah, keep your head down. He's out there, yeah. There's many of them out there, I'm sure you will. You know what, in Switzerland, there were many Abdullah, keep your head down. You know what the Swiss Muslims organization did? They didn't speak out against this, banning of the minarets. They said, brother, man, keep quiet, man, it will go over. It will let the storm rise, it will go over. Don't worry, don't talk about it. If you talk about it, it's going to be a big problem. And that's what Abdullah, keep your head down, did in Switzerland. They kept their heads down. They didn't bother with the anti-propaganda, what the Swiss People's Party was doing. And look what happened. The lion devoured them while their head was stuck in the sand. This is what happened. If you think about it, the Muslims that we meet outside, some might say, keep your head down, brother, in this time. It's better to keep your head down with all this anti-Islamic. Only yesterday we saw the EDL in Nottingham, 500 of them, fighting the police in Thingy. And you know what they were doing? They were chanting anti-Islamic slogans, cussing Allah and stuff like that. I don't know what they were saying, but this is what happened in Nottingham yesterday. And so this is it. Another Muslim is the one that keeps his head down. Doesn't, want to, rock the boat as they call it. And this is what we can't do, brothers. We can't be Al, who's outside the religion. Who's going outside the religion one by one. He doesn't care. All he wants to do is fit in and make everyone pleased. We can't be this guy, Abdullah, keep your head down. Because look, you keep your head down, but something's going to give and someone's going to devour you. Even doesn't matter how many times you think you're safe. An ostrich puts his head into the sand to make sure that the enemies, the enemies around it, he won't see them. But a lion can eat that. Even I heard ants here eat the ostrich while it's in his head is down there. He eats the feathers. So it's going to get it one day, Another ayah of the Quran in Surah Al-Saf, verse number 8. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, yuriduna liyutfi'u nuri rallahi bil afwahihim wallahu mutimu wa nurihi walau karihal kafirun. Allah says in the Quran, their intention is to extinguish the light by blowing with their mouths, but Allah will complete the revelation of His light, even though the unbelievers may detest it. So in this ayah, Allah says there will be people out there trying to get the light of Islam. They want to extinguish the call of Islam. They will do it with their mouth, they will do it with other things, but they will not be able to, they won't be successful in this. We know this hadith. I wanted to make a point of this hadith. We hear it most times in talks that we go to. But a picture of that hadith will make you even think even more of it. What is it? It's a hole. And then you got a two-headed snake, yeah? This is the hadith. Now you know it. Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, reported, the believer is not stung from the same hole twice. This is why I put the pictures there of the hole and the two snakes. How many times have we been stung by the same hole? Every day we see the rise of anti-Islamic sentiments, and every day Muslims are not doing anything about it. They either compromising their deen, they either putting their head in the sand. But this hadith narrates that we should remember, we should be sharp, we should think You know, how many times